Good Monday morning, my good friends. It's time for your 3-card weekly reading where we'll do 3 cards for the collective for the week ahead and single cards for those who request. And to start out, I want to say thank you so much for your generosity. My goodness gracious, what a wonderful way for me to start my week. You know, y'all are the first things I'm doing on Monday, right? Pretty much. So I come in and I'm getting set up, and what do I see here? Wendy M., thank you so much for being a member, and thank you for starting us off with a generous super sticker. I really, really appreciate it. Autumn Pond, thank you for being a member, and thank you for the generous super chat. Cassandra Revelta, thank you for being a member. And thank you for the very, very generous super sticker. Really appreciate it. What a wonderful welcome. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. And of course, a special shout out to all the members and the moderators. And if you're here for the first time, thank you so much. You must subscribe in order to get a card. All right. And Audrey M., so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I'm sorry. I sort of did a halfway Irish goodbye yesterday because I had to run to get to a client. Thank you for coming to the meetup. It was so good to see you. And thanks to everyone who was at our meetup. I think we were pretty well attended yesterday. It was fun. It was fun. So thank you. All right. Let's get over to Card Cam, where you will see, I don't know what bee has gotten into my bonnet this morning. I'm like, okay, what deck are we going to use for the 3-card weekly reading? And I kept looking at like all of these decks that are challenging, you know. Can't we start the week off with like something that's easy for me? No, challenging. So here we go. I wish to challenge myself. So we have Tarot Original 1909 Circular Edition, Sasha Graham. Why is this a challenging deck? Well, because it's not only, there's not only, of course, the possibility of reversals. Like, I don't understand. Here's the thing. How would a person who does not honor reversals read a circular deck at all? Because the whole benefit of a deck being circular is that the cards will appear on a tilt, and the depth of the tilt and perhaps the direction of the tilt. I think the direction of the tilt can matter too, so it brings up like so many more nuances for interpretation. So why did I decide I was up to that challenge today? I do not know. Hey, Kay Talks, good to see you. Thanks for being here. You just did it. I take the request in the order in which I see them. And so when I get to you, I will be more than happy to do a card for you. And thanks for being here. Shell all. So cool. I've never seen a circular deck. Probably the most famous are the feminist decks. Daughters of the Moon, and then Mother Peace being the more famous of the two, but not necessarily the better. But this is a relatively new offering. And yeah, so here we go. So 3 cards for the collective. And 3 cards for the collective. As we do this, as we go through the collective reading, and as you wait for your card while you're listening to everyone else's card, whatever you hear that makes sense to you personally, take it. That is the magic of these group sessions, really. So there it is. Okay, that is a straight reversal. And that's the other thing with a circular deck, is that when the reversal is like, there it is, that's a reversal, That's powerful because there were so many other options for it. Okay. So Page of Pentacles reversed. I feel like this week we need to be really clear and careful about our priorities. And we need to be willing to give voice to our needs. If we need something that we cannot provide for ourselves, we should not suffer in silence. We should speak our needs. There is also something here about do not speak on something until you know all the facts. There's that. And now, at an almost but not quite 90-degree tilt to the left, we have the world. I'm not going to make that a political statement. The world is tilting to the left. That was not a political statement. But what do we see there? You know, we see this sense of, I think about tilts to the left more about what we're avoiding, and tilts to the right more about what we're pursuing. That's how I will tend to do it. So here we have not the deepest tilt, but a little bit of a tilt. So what I'm seeing with these two cards is in our conversations about our communities, our nation, our towns, our cities, our states, our countries, our planet, we don't necessarily know everything that's going on. And with this tilt here, there's a sense of making sure we have all the information before we know what to do, or before we know what we will do. Let's not make snap decisions. Maybe that's it, and maybe that's true in our personal lives too. Get the information. And now, what is almost straight up. Can we see that? Let's get that here, and here. We'll put this down here. That's straight up enough to be straight up. So you can see again how powerful it is when it's a circular deck and it's like dead on. It's, oh, all right. Six of Swords. With logic, we sail towards smoother waters. Personally, and in every community group we are part of, we must be logical. We must look at the big picture. We must get all the information. Same thing in our personal lives. Before we get freaked out about something, get all the information. How does that strike you? What do you think? Hey, Barrett, good to see you. Good ship Lollipop. Haven't seen you in a long time. All right. Let us get going with our requests. Here we go. TJ and GA, a card for you and for your daughter, most certainly. For you, TJ, we have the Eight of Pentacles tilted slightly to the right, probably a little more than slightly, which suggests to me that this week should be about perfecting your craft. Whether that's about work, whether that's a hobby, something you're working on, this week make it a goal, make it a practice. Do what you have to do. I don't know if this is about a particular yoga posture, something you're writing, something you're doing for a job. I have no idea. But do it until you get it exactly the way you want it. There you go. All right. Barrett, yeah, we probably got it from the same person at the same place. I bet you. All right. TJ and GA, for your daughter, ooh, there is that Page of Pentacles reversed, which is auspicious because it was in the 3-card reading, but for you, I'm going to make it very specific regarding goals, education, and communication about practical things. I feel like this week you are really trying to figure out your way forward in certain ways. And it's important for you to do that, but again, make sure you have all the information. Yes, Barrett and I were both at StaarCon 2022, where Sasha Graham was a headliner. And we both got these from her there. All right. Caroline McLaughlin, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Here is a card for you. Look at that. It is the Six of Swords, which did present in our collective reading, but this time it shows up as a little bit of a tilt. This week, I feel like you have some things that you need to do, and it makes sense that you do them and you know how to do them and you will do them, but there's a part of you that really doesn't want to do them, but just do them and get it done, and the results will be good. All right. Liz Harrison, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. Hey, Pamela Phillips, you got your StaarCon 2025 ticket. Perfect. There's an early bird special, friends, so make sure you take advantage of it. There we go. There we go. All right. And so glad, so looking forward to seeing you. I think you're going to love the new venue. Oh, Barrett, are you coming? Yes? Is that where we landed? Oh, fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. I'm so excited. Could not be happier. All right. Liz Harrison, thanks for your patience. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Ah, perfect, Barrett. Got you. I got you. Good deal. I will go back and check my email. All right. Liz Harrison. A card for the week for you. Isn't this interesting? Y'all seeing what I'm seeing regarding tilts, right? And just how interesting this is. It's like a whole study, right? So here we have the Ace of Cups for Liz. And it's tilted at this like 90 degrees to the left. So this week, Liz, you may find that you have a lot of feelings and that you're in a place of resisting, either resisting feeling them or resisting reacting to them. And with that 90-degree tilt, I'm thinking resisting so you don't do or say something inappropriate. And resisting so that you can focus where you need to focus. So this is like this week, you need to know your feelings, you need to feel your feelings, but you need to meter them out appropriately so that it doesn't get in the way of the things you need to do. All right. Jeannie. I'm shuffling for you, and the cards are just going all over the place. What does that mean? I do not know, but that's what happened. Okay, here we go. I think it's because it's really hard to shuffle a new high-gloss circular deck. I think that's what it really is. Okay. Jeannie Mnuchin. Ooh. Jeannie. I'm glad that's tilted a little bit to the left because that's a sign that you need to resist catastrophic thinking this week. That there's a lot going on. There is a lot. And there is so much that you are thinking about. My goodness. And it's all important and it's all big and it all feels big. But resist catastrophizing any of it. All right? That's the key. Judas, no! Well, that's why the tilt is good. You know, the tilt is just telling you to resist that. That is not predictive of anything happening. It is how we can be all up in our heads with all the things going on and how heavy that can feel. And so you have to resist that heaviness. Now, resist the heaviness. Right now. Hang on. Truth stick. Resist the heaviness. Okay, there you go. There you go. Barrett, violence isn't always necessary. All right. Mary, you're up next. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Here's a card for the week ahead for you. So here's what you need to resist. Notice it's like at that same tilt. The Five of Pentacles. Resist the feeling that you're left out in the cold. Resist the feeling that you don't have or won't have what you need. Find a way to get the things that you need, and you will have them. Seriously. Tell it, the truth stick. Yes, because I am your tarot fairy godmother. Yes. All right, here we go. Ann Mealy, so good to see you yesterday. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. I really enjoyed myself at the meeting. Yes. Yes, we enjoyed having you there. Thanks so much for being there. I love our group. I love our group here on YouTube, and I love our local group. Man, having a group of tarot friends is like the best ever. It really is. All right. So here we go, Anne. The moon, and it's at that 90-degree angle to the right. So what I am going to say, as you learn tarot, because you are a new tarot reader, which is a fabulous thing to be, really be willing to push yourself beyond your comfort level. That's like a terrible thing. That's like a terrible, terrible thing for anyone to say to anyone. And I'm sorry I just said it to you. Let me wind that back just a little bit. What I mean is this, and I'm not like, should you be going out charging people for readings? No, you're brand new. Should you be scaring yourself or friends and family with readings? Of course not. But be willing to sort of say, you know, what do I see in this card? Not only what do the books say, what did I learn in class? Not only that, but what do I see? Be willing to stretch into your intuition. You'll find something there, I promise. And Medium That Rocks, thank you so much for being here, Kimmy. Thank you for being a member. And thank you for the generous super chat. Thank you for all that you do, and I love this deck. Yeah, it is fun, isn't it? And that's one of the things I love to do on this channel, is to showcase some interesting decks and try to shuffle them and not roll over them with my office chair and drop them on the ground and all the things that happen. Yeah. So yes, thank you so much for that, Medium That Rocks. Really appreciate you. And J.D. Estrada, you are up next. Barrett Ermy, your flight and hotel are booked. Yay. Perfect. We will look forward to seeing you there. And what Barrett Ermy will be doing there is reading, being a reader. So if you've never had a reading with Barrett, your opportunity to do so at StaarCon. Just saying. All right. Perfect. Okay. J.D. Estrada, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Here is a card for the week ahead. And then we'll do victors, certainly. So JD, we have, this is fun. We have the 10 of Wands at just that little resistance. So here's what I'm going to say. Resist the urge. Resist the urge to just keep it all to yourself, to just handle it all yourself, to just do it all yourself. Share what's going on with the people who care about you. Seriously. And if you are carrying some old stuff that's hurting you, resist the urge. Resist the urge. Resist the urge to just keep carrying it. Time to let it go. Okay. Resist. Yeah, there it is, Barrett. Resist. You got it. Okay. Hey, Amy Foreman, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Yeah, these cards are so hard to shuffle. That's my complaint. They're going all over the place, but I got them back. So for Victor, oh, I think it's interesting. JD and Victor are married. JD got the 10 of Wands. Victor got the 9 of Wands. There is a journey. The two of you, whether this is each of you individually or together as a couple or both, it's heavy up in there right now. And Victor, you are, I think, needing to be very clear with yourself and with others about the things that are difficult, the things that are hard, the things that need healing, the things that just feel freaking impossible right now. And I think you're more willing to do that, but I think it's feeling heavy there too. So both of you need a vacation. And if that's not possible right now, you at least need to be kind to yourselves and each other, both of you. All right. Barrett, do you think they make shuffle machines for these kinds of cards? Okay. Here we go. Wendy M., so good to see you. Looking forward to seeing you at StaarCon as well. And thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. And thanks for using members-only emojis. And thank you so much for the super sticker. The Knight of Wands to the left at a 90-degree angle. What are we going to do with that? This week, resist the urge just to go off. If there's something that's upsetting you, if there's something that's exciting you and you're all in, dial it back just a little bit and be a little more measured. This week, be measured in your approach. Still approach, but be measured. Oh gosh, JD, you're a couple after my own heart. We need a vacation. Funny thing is, we just discussed the idea of going camping. There you go. There you go. Highly recommend, but highly recommend it be the most fun kind of camping for you. Not if you like the working kind of camping, then by all means do that. But if it's a choice, we need glamping. We need the least amount of work right now, unless you love that kind of work. Which I sort of used to, maybe a little, but now I'm all about the glamping. All right. Clamping indeed. No, Wendy M., you cannot go all the way off on the nosy, obnoxious neighbors upstairs. Noted. Yeah, seriously. Diana, when I see the angles, I think of astrology aspects, trines, sextiles, and squares. And I would think an astrologer could do a lot with a deck like this just in that way that I wouldn't have access to because I don't have the information because I'm not an astrologer. All right. Christina R., so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Cards for you, Karen and Kim, of course, and Karen is a member here. And we'll also be at StaarCon, just saying. All right. Christina R., for the week ahead, we have the 7 of Cups that's just a bit tilted to the right. Keep going for what you want. Be clear about what you want. Be clear about what you don't want, and keep going for it. All right. Karen, I didn't even pull that. I was trying to put Christina's card back, and this card just got kicked up. So this card is definitely a jumper, and it's definitely for you, Karen. And it is the King of Pentacles reversed almost all the way. All the way. I feel like there is something. I don't know if this is a family member, a friend, someone at work. I'm really making this be a person. And I feel like it is a person who is not doing what they're supposed to do. And you've been ignoring it and ignoring it and ignoring it, and you can ignore it no more. Find a way to address it appropriately. All right. And for Kim, JD, you'll be setting up to camp out in the mountains. So that's probably the working kind of camping, but it sounds beautiful. I really highly encourage. Okay. So for Kim, look at that. There is that Seven of Cups again, but this time it's just almost that 90-degree tilt. So Kim, it is up to you to make sure that you and those of your household resist dark imaginings this week. Be careful about anxiety, seriously. All right. Oh, Justine, seeing the cards going in all these directions is really stretching my imagination in a fun way, right? Right? And again, like this is the best argument for people to learn reversals, right? Because it'll help you read a deck like this. All right, Feb born, my friend. Death, almost straight up, just, I don't even want to call that a resisting. That's pretty straight up to me. It almost is. So this week you are welcoming change. You are changing your behaviors. You're changing your patterns. Is there just the tiniest bit of resistance to doing that? Yeah, in you and in everybody, but do it anyway. Maria Baresi, it's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Temperance, tilted almost 90 degrees to the left. So this week, I feel like you're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to be patient with yourself. You're going to have to be patient with others. But it's important, like you're a very creative person. And you've really done a lot to help and encourage other people's creativity. Your creativity matters too. And that's going to need to become more of a priority. Okay, Lioness Art, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Card for the week. Six of Swords tilted to the left almost 90 degrees. So the Six of Swords is interesting, particularly because it was in the 3-card reading for the collective. So it is certainly auspicious for you. But here's the thing. There are logical solutions. And I think sometimes you have a hard time sort of finding the logic. Well, you've had some people around you whose behavior is not logical, and that's really clear. But you're trying to be logical. And sometimes you have a hard time finding logical solutions because there's been so much around you over time that has been illogical, that has been passed off as logical. Trust your own ability to think logically. All right. Smile Soul 20, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. The King of Cups tilted a little to the right. This week, do not be afraid to look for love. I mean, you know, there's some people I wouldn't want to say that to because it could be permission to be creepy, but I know you, and there's nothing about you that's creepy. But don't be afraid to be open. Don't be afraid to go places where you might meet people, and be open. Yeah, that's the key. All right. Choice Ocean, the percentages to the right and the left are confusing the heck out of me, right? It's so hard. In a good way, yeah. Yeah. Melissa, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Great to see you over the weekend. It was great to see you. Thanks for making me laugh during an intense session. Absolutely. Happy to do it. Here's a card for the week ahead. I love that. I love that completely. The Wheel of Fortune completely freaking upright. The Wheel of Fortune had every 359 degrees it could have chosen other than what it chose. And bang, here it is for you, dear Melissa. The wind is at your back. Fortune is with you. Luck is with you. Karma is with you. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is so powerful. I'm just freaking out. Just based on the one thing that the one thing having to do with the Mean Girls. And for context, and I know I can say this because we talked about it on Saturday in the Saturday Psychic Sampler. One of the Mean Girls said to Melissa, "Karma's a bitch." And this is the card of karma, one of the three, really. This is the card of karma coming straight up. Like, yeah, it might be, but not for you, Melissa, not for you, because it's all with you. And this is the wind at your back in all good things this week. So, good. Good, good, good. Thank you for sharing, Melissa. Appreciate it. All right. Barbie Bird, here we go. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Here's a card for the week ahead. Oh, so the Page of Pentacles was in the 3-card weekly reading, so very auspicious. It comes up for you tilted very far to the right, not all the way, but very far. And so that, to me, is like this week really pushing toward figuring out what you want, getting the applications out, really pushing toward finding the job. That feels like where the energy is going to be this week, and that seems very appropriate. All right, Lisa E., so good to see you. Thanks for being here. A card for you. The moon tilted just a little bit to the right. This week, if your intuition tells you it's true, it probably is. But if your intuition tells you to look deeper, there's more here, there's more here, there's more here, there probably is. And even if your intuition doesn't tell you that, you probably still need to do it. Look deeper, there's more here. All right. And for Jenna, the Queen of Wands at almost a 90 degree to the right. Jenna, this week, really lean into your creativity and lean into the things you're passionate about. 64 Amy Penn, so good to see you. The 4 of Wands tilted even past 90 degrees to the left. This week, you need good self-care. You may need time off. You may need to plan a vacation. You may need to see a doctor. I'm not trying to say, oh, I think you're unwell. I'm just saying it's all about self-care. It's all about taking care of yourself. That's what's really important here. Other things are important too, but, Maslow's hierarchy, pay attention to, the basic needs. Sheila Selby, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. I shuffled, but you also got that 4 of Swords, but tilted even further. And so I'm going to say for you, different interpretation for you, that it's hit me different and the tilt is different. Sheila, I'm going to say for you, there's some things you have been resisting doing. And this week, it's kind of time to get busy and do them. Joyous Ocean, for me, the left is about resistance and the right is about pursuit. But that's just me. There's other ways to do it. You can kind of make up your own way. And I didn't even read the book. I know Sasha wrote about it. I didn't even read it because I already had a practice for round cards. So, there's no real tradition on it. I mean, there is, but it's a 50-year-old tradition, so whatever. All right, Diana Price, so good to see you. And Lisa E., you are very welcome. Amy Penn, you're very welcome. There's just a little book. It's better than an LBW. It's cute. There's the book. Is that not adorable? I love how, yeah. Barrett, I bet you got one that looks a lot like that. All right. All right, Diana, we're on you. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. Look at that. The King of Wands almost straight up, just a little bit to the left. Do not allow, like that part of you that likes to resist recognizing your own skills and abilities, recognizing your own power. I think you've been working on this and you want to work on that. You are really coming into your own. You really are. And this week you're really going to see evidence of that and you just want to keep that going. Autumn Pond, so good to see you. Thanks for being a member. And thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Here we go. Okay. The Knight of Pentacles tilted just a little bit to the left. I feel like this week you have things you absolutely must do that you aren't really looking forward to or kind of don't want to. But just do them. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You'll get it done. It'll be great. You'll feel good about it. No worries. Just do it. Just do the things. Von Ray, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Happy recent birthday. Here's a card for you. There's that Nine of Wands again, this time tilted like fairly far to the left. So I feel like you've been trained to be hyper vigilant. And there's reasons for that, you know, and you almost like expect things not to go well. And there's reasons for that, like historically. But maybe this week, try to be unreasonably optimistic. And if the things you're optimistic about it don't pan out, just be like, that's okay, they will later. Like, what happens if you just become crazy optimistic? Not in like a clearly delusional way, but almost. Like, what happens if that happens? I wonder. Michelle F., good to see you. These cards are hard to work with. I will not use them with clients for this reason, at least until I get more proficient with it. Michelle F., it's good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Judgment, almost all the way to reversed, but very mostly to the left. There may be ways you need to be advocating for yourself that you're afraid to do. Advocate for yourself. That's one. Number two, do not doubt your larger callings and desires. Do not doubt them. And number three, do not be afraid to get closure to the past. How about that? It's like a tall order for the week ahead, but you know, there you go. Tyrone Tarot, so good to see you yesterday. I hope you're doing really well. Here's a card for you. Tyrone. If anyone gives you a hard time this week, just beat them over the head with a stick. There it is. There's your answer. I feel like, Tyrone, there are some things that feel like conflict for you. Maybe it's conflict with people around you. Maybe it's conflict internally. But I feel like there's some conflict. And I feel like this is a push to resolve that, whatever way you have to. You don't really have to beat people over the head with sticks. In fact, it's probably better not to, just saying. But I do think that this is a week to resolve conflict. If that means internal healing, then do that. If that means a conversation, then do that. If that means boundaries, then do that. If that means make a decision, do that. Resolve conflict. Medium that rocks. Yes. I have a book. It's the Mother Peace Playbook that really goes into it in depth. And that's probably like what I'm doing is my take on their take. But I will look, and maybe I can send you some screenshots from that. All right. Claire C. Cards are just popping out all over. Good to see you, Claire. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Hope you're doing really well. The Four of Cups almost reversed. Here's the deal. This week, you want to make the best of every situation unless it is so unpalatable that you just can't. There it is. And if you just can't make the best of it, then just do what you have to do to get through it. But mostly stay positive. That's the key. Pamela Lath, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Weird signs all around. Trying to catch a meaning. And right away, I think about your dad who has recently passed. Like, I'm sure it's coming from him. It's got to be, right? Right? Here is a card for the week ahead. The Six of Wands tilted 90 degrees to the right. Pam, can you please give yourself a win when you've had a win? I feel like there's ways you're not letting yourself just take the W. Just take the W. Just take the W. I don't know how that applies, but there it is. Cassandra, it's good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thank you so much for the very generous super sticker. Really appreciate it. Pamela, it's in my nature. I know it is. Cassandra, cards for you and for Raquel, absolutely. And thanks for being here. And Raquel's a member too. We really appreciate her as well. Cassandra, this week, there are things you're really worried about, but try to be in a more neutral place, knowing that in the end, everything's going to be okay. Great John Lennon quote. I think it's John Lennon. In the end, everything will be okay. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay. So you have to acknowledge what you're feeling, but decatastrophize. Seriously. It'll be okay. And for Raquel, the Hermit tilted a little to the right. You have permission this week to get in people's face with your wisdom. Don't get arrested. But beyond that, don't be a Karen. Excuse me to all the Karens here who I know and love. We need a different word for that. But it is okay to trust your own wisdom. I think that's the thing. That's the thing, Raquel. Trust your own wisdom. And if you need to get in someone's face with it, oh well. Lumen, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. Here is a card for you. The Page of Wands tilted very, very far to the right. Lumen, this week, if you're learning something new, really lean into that. And if you're working on a creative project, really lean into that as well. Those are the things, leaning and creativity, that you really want to lean toward. Nalini Kalu, it's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Here is a card for you. The Four of Swords tilted not quite 90 degrees to the right. What I want to say here is be careful about how you cultivate what's in your mind. And be careful around negative self-talk and negative projection into the future, this week especially. Lynn Collin, it's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. The Hierophant at like a 90-degree to the left. At work, well, you know what? Personally and professionally, give about 50% of what you're thinking, right? Share about 50% of what you're thinking. You know a lot, you see a lot, you're aware of a lot. Be judicious about what you share, only about 50%. The rest you save for when you need it. Okay? Observe, see, understand, know, but only sometimes share. There it is. Nalini, thank you so much. You have been a member for 23 months. That is so appreciated. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Deepika, it's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. So glad you're here. Deepika, you have the King of Cups sort of 90 degrees to the left. And I think this week you really want to think about relationships, wherever you're at in your relationship life. How's it working? What do you want? What do you not want? How's it going? What do you need to communicate? Where do you need to be patient? And really try to realign yourself to what it is you want, how you want things to be. Peggy Lou, it's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. Here is a card for you. The moon tilted very far to the right. Use magic and your own psychic abilities to solve any problems you might have this week. I just see all those people going in the freezer. No, I'm not telling you to do that. That part was a joke. All right. Christine Halliwell, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. The Two of Swords tilted quite far to the left. This week, your job is to cultivate inner peace. And I know martial arts really helps you to do this. Did you know at StaarCon, we're going to have a presentation about tarot through the lens of martial arts? How cool is that? But this week, you have to work extra hard to stay in your place of peace. Della, not the freezer. That's hilarious. All right. Della, did you change your name? Right? Okay. Pamela Phillips, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. So glad you got your StaarCon ticket. Looking forward to seeing you there. You, your daughter, and Pip in England. And Pip will be at StaarCon as well and is a member here. Okay. Pamela. The King of Swords tilted relatively far to the right. Learn comfortable ways to speak the truth. Learn how to say things that people don't want to hear. Learn how to do it in a nice way. Learn how to do it in a kind way. Learn how to do it in a gentle way. But learn it. It will serve you in tarot and in life. Yep, that's what I thought, Della. That's what I thought. I thought I was talking to you. I just wanted to make sure it was you. I thought it was. All right. So, Pamela Phillips, here we go for your daughter. The Six of Cups tilted just a little bit to the right. This week, you may be bringing back a good idea that you had before that you're now going to get to execute. You also may have an opportunity to spend time or talk to some friends you haven't seen in a while. And so you really want to, both personally and professionally, allow that which is of the past to support you now. All right. And for Pip, the 10 of Wands tilted like 90 degrees. Know who your friends are and know who they aren't, and don't be bothered by either. Be glad for the friends you have. Those who aren't, dust your shoulders off. You can still be cordial with them. Just know how things are falling. That's going to be important. It's all about strategy. Okay, medium that rocks. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for helping out with a super sticker. Really appreciate you. Here is, and we're looking forward to seeing you at StaarCon too. Here is a card for the week, and then we'll do Lindsay. There is that Page of Pentacles, which was in our collective reading as well. So this, I think, is about figuring out the money and how the money is going to work and just how hard all of that is. And just recognize you're going to find a way to make it work. There it is. You will find a way to make it work. Revival of Venus, I have not done you yet, but I'm glad you're here. Joyous Ocean, got you though. You're up next. Hang on a minute. There you go. I just over-scrolled once again. Hang on a minute. There we go. Joyous Ocean, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. The Nine of Swords, a little bit to the left. There is something that's bugging you. I don't know if it's front brain or back brain, but there's something that's bugging you. Figure out what it is and fix it, and don't let it piss in your Cheerios. And for Jada, maybe, just maybe, you are getting the idea that life isn't all terrible and maybe could be fun and could be creative and could be interesting. And maybe you're just maybe a little bit starting to lean into that, and that's a good thing. Joanne Ellis, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Joanne Ellis, we have death tilted just a little bit to the right. You choosing to make changes. Those could be changes within you and the way you're processing things. It could be changes outside of you that you choose to make. But one way or the other, this is about consciously, thoughtfully making changes in your life. And there we are. Oh, Christine, that is fabulous. Thank you. Okay. Did I do Lindsay? No, I skipped Lindsay again, didn't I? Lindsay, I am so sorry. I don't mean to keep skipping you. I'm going back to Lindsay. So sorry. Maybe I didn't skip you, but I think I did. We've got for Lindsay, this is for the medium that rocks. We've got for Lindsay the Ace of Pentacles tilted to the right. There are ways for you to find money too. There are ways for you to make things work. And so this week, look for ways that help you find grounding, ways that help you find resources, and be on the lookout for those things. Okay, and I apologize. All right. Audrey M., so good to see you. Yes, you were in conversation when I left, and I had to run out, but it was so good to see you. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Thanks for using members-only emojis. We really appreciate you. Hang on a minute. I'm getting an interesting download. I will email you. We'll talk, or I'll social message you. I'll do something. But I have an interesting message for you. Joyous Ocean, yes, you did. Yes, you did miss your card. Sorry your aunt's in the hospital, but glad she's doing well. Okay, Audrey M. Two of Pentacles almost reversed. This week, feel empowered to make decisions for your own well-being and know that those decisions will be the right one. Vaishali, it's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Vaishali, we have the 10 of Cups tilted just a little toward the right. Recognize your own ability to be happy and have happiness in your life and be willing to work toward that. Yes, sorry, medium that rocks. I remembered that I forgot, and I just did Lindsay right after Joanne Ellis. I remembered and got her in right after Joanne Ellis, and I do apologize. But it was a good card. I will tell you, it was the Ace of Pentacles tilted 90 degrees to the right, saying that she has opportunities to find grounding and healing and money as well, and she should actively be looking for those opportunities. That's what it was. All right. Sometimes I can call those things back. Sometimes I really can't. All right. Karen Hendershot, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Yeah, Audrey, it's an interesting thing. Okay. Karen Hendershot, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for being a member. The 3 of Pentacles tilted very far to the right. I feel like there's a lot here about balancing what you have to do for your economic well-being and what you have to do for your physical well-being. And finding that balance is critical. That really seems to be the key. Justine, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That's terrible. But good to know that you have the power to cause branches to fall out of trees. That's pretty amazing that you have that kind of power. Wow. All right. Shell All, good to see you. I'm seeing you saying good morning, so good morning to you. And then I see Gemini Sun with a request for you and Melanie. So yours is the next request that I see. Thanks for being here, Gemini Sun. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. For you, the 5 of Wands tilted a little bit to the left. I feel like you are saying and doing things to actively avoid conflict. Think about where that's good and necessary and where that's not necessary and not good. How about that? All right, for Melanie, there's that Page of Pentacles almost straight up, and it was also in our collective reading, so it's very powerful. This week, be open to learning new ways to help yourself, take care of yourself, cultivate resources. Think about what you want and what you want to achieve, and don't be afraid to speak that into being. I mean, it'll take more than a week to make all that happen, but start now. Mix you here, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Oh, there is a funny thing going on. I'm not saying it, but there's a funny thing going on in the comments. Oh my gosh. All right. Mix you here. So great to see you. Thanks for being here. Mix you here. There's that 9 of Swords just at a 90-degree tilt. Try to acknowledge the things that worry you and upset you without diving into that space of deep worry and upset. Acknowledge and try to stay a little detached and neutral. It'll be okay. Okay. Space, good to see you. Thanks for being here, Wooju. Thanks for being a member. The next request I see is K Talks. Glad you're here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being new. Okay, Kay, you have the 8 of Swords at like a 90-degree tilt. And so this week, K Talks, is all about figuring out how to free yourself from the places where you're stuck, how to relieve anxiety, how to not think in loops, how to get out of difficult situations. That's what you need to do this week. All right, Space, Wuju, you are up next. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. Here's your card, Space. Wuju. The Seven of Swords a little to the right. If something isn't feeling right, if something's feeling a little suspicious, if something's not feeling okay, look into it. Do not brush it off. Look into it. Okay. So, Shell All, I haven't seen your request yet, but I'm just going to do you right now because here we are. Magician tilted to the left. I feel like there's something you need to be learning or communicating about that you're resisting. It may even be resisting recognizing your own abilities. Good ship Lollipop. Good to see you. You are next to be next. I'm going to do Kathy next. Kathy, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. You're very welcome, Shell. Kathy, here is that Page of Pentacles. It was in the 3-card reading. It's stalking us. And for you, it's like way to the left. So, Kathy, I feel like there is some practical matter that needs to be solved and you're not figuring out how to solve it, and it's a real frustration. This week, you may find some solutions or some way of finding solutions. Okay. Good ship Lollipop. Here we go. Okay, 5 of Pentacles tilted very far to the left. This week, do not be afraid to look for opportunities. There are opportunities all around you, opportunities for whatever it is you might need. So, look. Lynn DePietri Antonio, good to see you. I hope I didn't just murder your last name. I might have skipped a syllable or so, and I'm so sorry. But I'm glad you're here. Here is a card for the week ahead. The 9 of Wands, and this card has been coming up a lot today too, almost fully reversed. This week, if you don't have to, don't. Just don't. You need time. You need time off. You need time away. You need time. Do what you can to take time for yourself as quickly as possible. Barrett Ermy, so looking forward to seeing you at StaarCon. It has been way too long. We have the Tower tilted very far to the left. I feel like there is something that you know you have to talk about, deal with, handle, that you've just been putting off. This week, just deal with it. Pull the Band-Aid off. Good ship Lollipop, Space, my great pleasure. My great pleasure. Okay. Baby Cakes, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Here's a card for you. The 7 of Swords tilted very far to the right. Be clear about what feels like good integrity and what does not to you. You have your ethical standards. You have to stick to them. If there are people around you who do not, how does that affect you? If it does, you have to do something about it. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. Jackie Masters, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Hope to see you at StaarCon. Here we go. The Wheel of Fortune tilted just a little bit to the left. I think there's a part of you that does not want to hope for good things, but I think good things are actually coming. It's like hard for you to be optimistic, but I think you could be. Okay. Gemini Sun, you're very welcome. Rose, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Queen of Pentacles. In a household with more than one queen, everybody gets to be queen. Remember that. Remember that you are a queen. And remember that you have to protect what is yours. This is actually good, though, as far as finding your stability and finding your grounding. So that feels good. Jazzy J, the Tarot Mage Game Cat. Good to see you, my friend. I hope you're doing well as I throw cards all over the place. Here's a card for your week ahead. The Four of Swords, pretty much at a 90 degree. So no rest for the weary. You have traction. You have energy. And you may be tired and you may want to just sort of be like, okay, good, I got this. No. You have to be so on your game and do everything you have to do to be on your game. Okay, Della, my friend, good to see you. The Three of Pentacles tilted like 90 degrees to the left. I think you have to look in your life at like what's working and what's not working. And if it is working, great, celebrate that. If it's not working, you got to do it differently. Don't keep doing the same thing that's not working. Christina, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. The Four of Cups tilted just a little bit to the left. If you're not happy with things going on around you, you may be able to find some solutions. Look for those solutions. Don't feel like you have to just deal. Justine, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. So sorry you've got drama today. I am so sorry. Yeah, no, we don't like that. And here's the thing. You don't have to accept what's being placed on you. You just don't. And it doesn't even make sense to have the argument. It doesn't make sense to say anything, but don't energetically take it on. That's really the key. Okay, Revival of Venus. Here we go. Page of Wands tilted very far to the left. You have been resisting your creativity and sharing your creativity with others. It is really time to think about the ways in which you're creative and the ways in which you communicate the things that you're passionate about. And lean into that a little bit. Okay. Amy Foreman, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. Thanks for using members only emojis. All right, we have the Five of Wands a little bit to the left. There's some conflict here that you'd really rather not be dealing with, but you probably do have to in some way. Even if the way to deal with it is to say, I'm not dealing with this, I'm stepping away, no longer involved. But one way or the other, I think you have to figure out where you're going to position yourself. Christina, Four of Cups, so appropriate. Hits the nail on the head. There you go. Sorry. Yeah, Justine, hang in there for sure. And thank you for your text. I haven't had a chance to read the screenshots yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I will. Okay. Here we go, Free Shadow. You are up next. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Ace of Cups tilted little to the left. What are you resisting loving? Are you resisting loving yourself? Is there something going on in your life that you need to embrace, but you're having a hard time embracing? Or is there something that is worthy of your love that you're not giving that to? Think about that this week. Teresa, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. Thanks for using members only emojis. The sun tilted very far to the right. Pursue your happiness. This whole freaking exercise has been about pursuing your happiness, and now you get to do that, so do that. All right, Bella Luna, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Page of Pentacles tilted to the right just a little bit. Bella Luna, this week, pursue the things that will help you to be most stable and prosperous. That's the key. It may be education. It may be a conversation you need to have with someone, but pursue those things. Ashley, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Here's a card for you. Nine of Pentacles tilted just the weeest bit to the right. This week, really work on feeling confident and capable and secure in yourself. Do what you have to do to shore up financial security. And really work on being kind to yourself and feeling comfortable in your own skin. That's your mission for the week. Oh, and I'm just seeing some feedback I hadn't seen earlier from Linus Art. That's amazing. I made a decision that will affect the flow of this week and wanted to doubt it a little bit. Thanks so much. Perfect. And Michelle F. Interesting. Thank you. That makes a lot of sense, though. All right. Good, good, good. All right. DH. Great to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We really appreciate you. All right. The Fool, like straight up reversed. Be careful this week. Not a good week to make snap decisions. Just saying. Not a great week to, not a great week to go to the casino. But on the other hand, it is okay to have a little fun. Just find the balance. Okay. D9, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. Play to Win 1958. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Okay, D9, here we go. There's the Fool, and for you, it's tilted like far to the right. It's almost as if you are resisting picking a path. There is a way you need to make a decision to move forward. Think about that this week. All right. Here we go. Hang on one second. Carolyn B., so good to see you. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Wow, look at that. The Knight of Swords directly reversed. Be careful who you trust this week. I'm going to say that. But I'm also going to say if you need a break, take a break. I feel like there's things you've just been going hard at, and that's great. But if you need a break, take a break this week, if you can. Seriously. All right. Here we go. Just scrolling down, making sure I don't miss anyone. Lisa McCord, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Lisa McCord, this Five of Wands has been stalking us today. Yours is already to the right. So don't back down from the fight if the fight will benefit you. Obviously, be careful about how and when. But be willing, like don't be so afraid of creating a conflict that you don't say something that's necessary to say. All right. Liz Moore, good to see you. I'll do you next. Play to Win, 1958. Here's your card for the week ahead. We have the Chariot, and it's tilted a little bit to the left. Think about the ways in which you do not acknowledge your own mastery. Think about the ways in which you may be resisting your journey forward. You have a great path forward. You just have to do it. Okay. Play to Win. What we do on Monday is a card for the week ahead. And that's what I did for you. Lisa, that makes sense. All right. Liz Moore, so good to see you. Here's a card for you. Okay. The Tower tilted pretty far to the left. I feel like you've been through something and you've just been holding it together and you're kind of clinging to the side of the cliff with your fingernails. It's time for you to allow for your healing. Okay. Carolyn B., thank you for that feedback. Makes sense. All right, my friends, from my perspective, I've gotten to everyone and I'm at my time, so I have to run. I want to thank you so much. We have Global Tarot Circle this Wednesday. The link is already up. That's open to everyone. I hope you will join us. Your tarot scopes are up, so I hope you will get your tarot scopes. I am available for readings. There is a link to book with me right in the description. Please do so. I appreciate all of you so much. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you to the members, to the moderators, and to the people helping out with super chats and super stickers today. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And yes, the excitement for StaarCon. The excitement for StaarCon is significant. So get your StaarCon ticket. If you're a member, there is a code right in the community tab that you can use. But it's only good for a period of time. There's also an early bird special right on the website, the StaarCon website, so get your ticket. All right, my friends, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. We'll see you Wednesday, if not before. Take care.